Hi, this is Mark.
And this is John.
And we're the Armchair Thinkers. And today we're going to be talking about the Aboriginal women issue.
Mm-hmm. A very serious and sad issue, of course. Trudeau has been trying to do what he can about it, but one thing that we were talking about, I think it came up as a side thing at first, and we decided to do a video on it, is as noble as his intentions may be, there is a limit as to how much the native reserves can actually coordinate with each other, and the degree to which the Canadian government can coordinate with the people on the reserves. So while it might be noble and proper for him to make an impact as a politician and as someone who is standing with those who have been hurt, it doesn't actually mean any political progress in this area.
Yeah, basically, the reserves have their own police force. So police forces that are, from Canada can't go into the reserves and interview people, and police forces on the reserves can't, search across Canada, or they can't possibly do that.
Yeah.
And so it's a waste of time. And then, of course, all the factors that make reserves likely to create a lot of missing people, a lot of substance abuse, high unemployment, school systems that are, organized by the reserves themselves, maybe or may not. The reserves may or may not be democratic even. You could have a reserve that is based on a monarchy and has no accountability whatsoever, and for that to continue to exist. So all the conditions are there to continue to create missing Aboriginal women, and none of the structure of a good police force and proper coordination to actually deal with the issues as they come up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anything about it.
And you know what? We really want to point out, obviously, we're not Native people. I know a fair number of Native people. I would be interested to hear what their views on these particular issues are. But at the end of the day, I'm aware that we can't necessarily say what it is that needs to be done. It's just that if these bodies don't have the ability to talk to each other very well, there's not anything that's going to move forward. So I really feel like I don't really know exactly what to say about it, but I really think that there at least needs to be consciousness raised about this kind of thing, and there needs to be pressure put on all people in power, wherever they are, to address this fact. And yes, the federal government should do everything that they possibly can in addition to it. We've already seen Trudeau apologize, I think a bit disingenuously, for the residential schools. I mean, I swear that guy is like the most fake actor I've ever seen in my life. But it was the right thing to do, nevertheless, and it was great that it was done. So we like the fact that he's taking steps forward. It's just that they're not very effectual as far as I can tell.
Yeah, so what the most likely is going to happen is that Trudeau is going to put some money into reserves one way or another, and then basically the same thing will repeat itself. But the good news is, because the reserves are getting the money, they won't bring it up as much. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's kind of like the politicians are accepting bribes to not bring things up and not actually do anything to actually solve the problem.
Yeah, and that will only lead to more serious issues going on. So we have to always keep in mind, bringing money where it needs to be brought is a good thing. Wisely spending it is entirely another.